Hiya! It's been so long, Mom! How have you been doing? Well, I'm sure there's no reason for me to ask something like that. I know you're living such a terrible life now and have no time to be feeling good about anything, so you must be in awful shape. You don't have any money now, nor a job, and that's why you had to be kicked out of our house. Amy, it's rare of you to be talking to me after so much time has passed. After I had divorced your father, you actually never even bothered to contact me once. Well, I have something to tell you today, so that's why I decided to text you. I'm sure that Dad hasn't talked with you about anything, right? You have something to tell me? Well, Mom, Dad is going to be getting married again. And of course, this time, the woman he's getting married to is a very good-looking and wonderful person. She's apparently even the daughter of some company's CEO. Dad and I are about to become two very rich family members in her household. That's really nice to hear. Tell your dad congratulations for me. Sure. I'll let him know that this is killing you a lot to hear that his life is so much better without you. Huh? I'm sorry, Mom. Only Dad and I are going to be the ones becoming happy. But we're only able to become this happy due to you allowing Dad to kick you out of the house. Thanks for leaving, Mom. You left the house like a champ and never even once tried to fight back. Now that we no longer have to worry about you, Dad and I can start a new life in a very rich family. I can see that. But you don't have to thank me, considering you did all this yourself. The whole reason I was kicked out of the house and forced to divorce your dad was all because of you, Amy. Well, Dad really likes me, and it makes me laugh. He's never even suspected that I was the one that ruined your cooking, making him think you sucked at making food. And he never knew that I was ironing his clothes instead of you and making them even more wrinkly. He didn't suspect a thing from me, and never believed what you told him, which led to you being kicked out. I really tried my hardest to explain to him that you were behind all of that, but he just told me to stop making excuses and never listened. You even went and deleted all the data on his computer and blamed it on me. When he heard that from you, he told me he had no need for such an awful wife and kicked me out before even letting me speak. I have still never forgotten what happened that day. And just as I had planned, Dad kicked you out and divorced you and is now able to marry a much better woman, a CEO's daughter, and make my life perfect. This is all going exactly as I planned. I'm laughing so much right now that I might piss myself. I wonder if you could call me a mastermind for making up and following through with such an amazing plan. What do you mean this is all going as planned? Are you telling me that you planned for your dad to marry a CEO's daughter? I just made sure to create an environment that made it easier for Dad to find someone to get married to. Apparently at work, every Valentine's Day, he'd get chocolate from one of his coworkers, but he didn't really like sweet things, right? So I realized this and told her that she needed to give him something less sweet to get his attention. So this last Valentine's Day, she did as I suggested, and now she's golden. And this person will be the one your dad gets married to? That's right! Actually, she's not really a coworker, but more of a customer to the company he works for, and recently I learned she's actually the daughter of a CEO. But she's also been working with Dad at his office, so she's like a new hire to him. That's why I think Dad was able to bond with her so quickly after she gave him something he would actually enjoy on Valentine's Day, and they are doing so well together now. And so all of this has gone as planned for you. It's taken me a lot of time setting this whole plan up, but now that Dad is with her, they will be married in no time. I assumed Dad would take her into our house and make her my new mom to do all the chores and cooking, but hearing that she's part of a family with a lot of money makes me way more excited now. She's going to love me so much as her new daughter, and she's bound to find merit in me. I'm sorry, Amy, but as your real mother, I can tell you there is no merit in having someone like you around. And there you go, Mom. You've heard everything about how your daughter is going to have a new, beautiful, and rich mother at home. Now that I'm finished, if you have anything to tell me about, go right ahead, okay? Well, I doubt you have anything special to tell me about yourself. You used to be the housewife here, but after being kicked out and divorced, I'm sure you can't find any work and have nothing. All you get to do is live in a cardboard box somewhere asking strangers for their money, right? Excuse me? Well, I hope you find some stroke of luck that'll help you become something more to this world, okay? You probably won't hear from me ever again now, since Dad and I will become a rich new family members to someone else, huh?
Hey, Caitlin. I have something I'd like to ask you. Do you happen to talk with someone from your previous family?
Well, not really with anyone important to me. Why? What's going on? It's rare for you to ever ask me about my previous family.
Well, I just happened to look into our mailbox at home, and in it there is an invitation to a wedding for someone. The invitation is meant for you, but it seems that this might actually be for the wedding of your previous husband.
What? I got an invitation from him?
I wonder if your daughter was the one to send this to you. And there's a little message written on the invitation as well, asking that you come no matter what to the wedding.
So it probably was from her.
I may only be a high schooler, but I know that you should only be inviting people that are close to you to your wedding, like family and close friends. So it's a bit strange that she'd send you an invitation to your ex-husband's wedding. I mean, you never seem to want to talk about your previous family, so why would she think that it's alright to invite you? Actually, you always seem to hate them for what they did to you, right?
Well, you are right to say that, as I do hate them so much that I don't want to be around them anymore. I'm sure she only sent that invitation as a way of picking on me or something. When I talked to her a little while back, she told me her dad is getting married again. And apparently the woman he's marrying this time has a lot of money. So my daughter wanted to rub that fact in my face.
What kind of stupid reason is that for all this? Then you wouldn't mind me just throwing this invitation in the trash for you, right? You're not planning on going to the wedding, right?
Yeah, go ahead and toss it. That'd make me very happy. I'm sorry, though, that you had to see an invitation like that.
You don't have to worry about it. After seeing who it was from, I assumed it was all meant as a way of making you feel even worse about the past, so that's why I just thought I might ask about it today. I'm glad you won't have to see this stupid thing in person and that I can take care of it for you.
Carl, you are such a nice young man. Hearing things like that from my son really makes me feel so warm inside.
Come on now. This is the type of things any son should be saying to their mom. I think it's pretty screwed up that someone would want to continue picking on you like that, even after all this time. Honestly, your daughter is a real piece of work. I never expected that someone like her in elementary school would be able to act in such a terrible way already.
Huh? Did I not tell you anything about her age yet? She's actually going into high school now. She's not in elementary school anymore, although, based off how she acts, I can see why you might have thought that.
Wait, are you kidding me? Her handwriting? It's awful for someone in high school. Seeing that, I just assumed she was only in like second grade or something like that.
And while I was still her mother, I knew something was wrong with her handwriting with how poor it is. But I could never help her fix it because my whole time raising her, she'd pick on me and never listen because me being a housewife was some kind of sin in the family. I wanted her to practice writing with me, but she never listened. I guess I just hoped that as she continued to get older, her handwriting would improve, but that doesn't seem to be the case.
Really? It looks as though you had a rough time with that family then.
But because of that, I'm able to really live a much happier life with you guys as my new family. Well, Carl, I'm pretty much done with my shopping for the day and will be on my way home. Then I'll get started on making dinner for us tonight.
I'll be in my room then, getting some homework done then. I really hope you're making Chinese food for us tonight.
I can do that. I'll make sure to make up some really good fried rice for you tonight with those dumplings you love. Hello? I went through all that trouble of sending you an invitation to the wedding and you're just going to ignore it? If you didn't plan on coming, tell me that then. Oh, I'm so sorry. I just happened to toss that invitation into the trash and totally forgot about it. What? You received an invitation from the daughter you love so much that you went ahead and threw it away? What do you think you're doing, Mom? I get that you're jealous that Dad married a woman far better than you, but you can't just ignore me because of it. I'm not jealous of anything, so you can calm down there. I don't really have any thoughts about your dad getting married again, actually. Say whatever you want. I know deep down you are dying to have someone come and love you the way Dad wanted to. I bet you were really hoping Dad would come back for you and make you his housewife again, right? But that's too bad, Mom. Dad happened to marry a CEO's daughter. He would never want to remarry someone as disgusting as you anyway, so you can run along now knowing that you'll forever be alone. But I'm already married to a new man, so you really don't have to bother yourself with talking to me again, okay? Let's just all go our separate ways and focus on the new families we have. Huh? Hold your horses, Mom. You got married to a new man? You were kicked out of the house and divorced as a housewife, so there's no use in having you in anyone's life anymore, right? What kind of brainless idiot decided it'd be a good idea to marry you? You're being rude, Amy. My husband is a very wonderful man. He has a lot of pride in himself as a doctor and feels responsible for me as his wife and wants to make sure I'm always doing well. He might be a bit strict around other people, but to me, he is always a very kind-hearted man. He loves me with all his heart, and I do the same for him. Liar! You want me to believe that the man you married is a doctor? If that's really the case, then he's bringing in loads of money, right? How many times more is he making a year than Dad? Please do not ask me such rude questions as that. You don't even have anything to do with him and his work. I see. Well, I guess I don't have to worry about you and your life anymore either. I'm the daughter of someone who is part of a very rich family now and have no need for you. I don't even really care about your husband's money. That's not what it seems like to me. You seem to care a whole bunch more about me and my new husband, even though I don't want to hear anything about any of you guys anymore. Hey, Mom. Next time, do you want me to come and see you? You haven't even seen me since the divorce a long time ago, so I think it'd be nice to allow my mom to see her daughter again. You want to see me, right? What? Why have things changed pace so quickly? I don't really think there's anything in it for me to meet my lowlife mother anymore. But I'm going to be kind and give you one more chance to see me in person like you've been wanting to do. I want to hear from you in person about how you got a doctor as a husband, and if that's even true. This will be such a fun and educational experience for the both of us. Huh? I'm starting to think that in the future I'll want to marry a doctor myself. And from what I've heard, people that study medicine are very hard nuts to crack. So I'd like to learn from you how you've made a guy like him love you, if you have been telling me the truth. You're going to want to tell me all about it, right? Your behavior has changed just like that. Ah, by the way, since I'll be coming all the way out to meet you, will you please have some money for me to pay for my troubles? There has to be something in this for me, right? Now, I'll see you next weekend at the bus stop closest to your house. We can go to a cafe together, which will cost you $200. And since I'm going to have to talk with you and everything, that'll be another $500, please. What did you just say? It's been so long since you've had a chance to see your cute little girl, so paying me for my troubles is A-okay, right? Also, you so happen to be the wife of a doctor now, right? So you should have all the money in the world to give to me. Huh? You are aware that I'm the daughter of a very popular woman now, right? So paying me to spend time with you is quite normal these days. And to be honest, $700 is pretty low, so you should be happy. You're finally getting a chance to meet your daughter after that sad divorce. Maybe starting next week you can pay me $500 every month to come out and see you.
Shut the hell up, you stupid loser.
What?
I've been quiet this whole time watching over her shoulder thinking, what the hell? How long have you been letting yourself rot away like that? I can see you have no idea yourself, but do you think that it's alright to talk to the woman who gave birth to you like that? I can't watch you talk like that to her anymore.
What is this? You're not my mom, are you? I'm not ready to talk to someone who I have no clue about.
I'm a very important family member to Caitlin, so I'm not some random person, but someone who has a lot to do with what's going on here. I'm not going to let you talk to her like that anymore, so I'll be the one talking to you from now on.
Huh? You said you're some kind of family to her? So, are you the man she married recently?
I'm her new husband's son, actually. I'm the son of the doctor that Caitlin married.
What? The man she married brought along a son with him?
My mom died a long time ago in a car accident, so these last few years I've only ever had a dad. I don't even really remember what it was like having a mother until she came into my life. She is so nice to me, and I love thinking of her as my new mother because she treats me so well. We have a whole new family now together, and I don't want you to try to break it anymore. You go ahead and get lost and quit trying to make my mom have horrible memories of the life back when she had to baby you.
What the hell? You are nothing but some brought-along child, you loser. I'm her actual daughter, and she has no room to love someone like you. Now, you let me meet my mother because she's really excited to see me. All you are is a motherless boy who amounts to nothing compared to someone like me with 2 mothers.
Shut the hell up. And you are a freaking brat who is still acting like she needs her mother's nipple to suck on. All you are to her is a bad memory, and she doesn't even call you her real daughter anymore, you freak.
What was that?
That woman that birthed you doesn't want to meet you anymore, so get lost. That's her answer. So leave her and the rest of her family alone. You are not going to be meeting with her, and you sure as hell aren't going to be getting any money out of her either if you try. You might be a high schooler, but from what we've all seen, you need to be put back in preschool.
What is wrong with you? You just came out of nowhere and are already hurting my feelings.
And you deserve to have your feelings hurt, you waste of life. You're not the one that had to be kicked out of the house long ago, so stop whining like you're such a victim. If you want a recommendation on what to do with all this time you have on your hands that you put into making fun of my mom, then go use it to take some more lessons in handwriting. That comment you wrote on her invitation looks like a 2nd grader wrote it. But even that would be mean to 2nd graders now, so I'll say that you write like a 1-month-old.
Huh? What is actually wrong with you? You're really pissing me off now. Who do you think you are? I'm not going to continue talking to you if this is how you're going to treat a cute little girl like me.
I'm sorry, but I'm a high schooler talking to a bratty preschooler about how to behave. And if you want to know where I go to school, it's Jefferson High School, and I'm a senior there. My name is Carl Millington. There. You know who I am now. If you have a problem with me, come to my school and pick a fight with me then.
What? Jefferson High School? And your last name is Millington? I go to the same school and am a freshman. I know you.
What? You know about me?
I go to the same school and know all about you. You might think of me as a preschooler, but I'm seriously in the same school as you, and I can prove it to you the next time we have school. I even have a gym class with you and everything.
What? You're at the same school as me?
And also, you might have gotten 1 or 2 love letters from me before.
What?
I was a bit too embarrassed about it to write my name on them, but they were all from me. But I never thought you'd become my mom's new son. This is like one of those sexy drama stories, right? It's like you and I are meant to be together forever then, right?
Now that I think about it, I could barely read most of those letters you wrote. So those were all meant to be love letters? I just thought some elementary schooler was putting those in my locker somehow, and I just threw them all away because I couldn't tell what they even said. I seriously thought some kid's younger sibling was putting those letters into my locker on accident or something.
What? Calling my handwriting that bad is really mean. I put a lot of time into writing all those for you.
But come on, your handwriting is horrendous.
You really think it's that bad?
Well, I'm really shocked now. I never thought something like this would ever happen to me. Well, that's alright because now I have the perfect opportunity to tell you that I hate your guts. So please stop putting those crappy letters into my locker. There's your answer, by the way.
You're kidding, right? Hold on. Something like this should not be happening to me.
The only thing that shouldn't be happening is someone your age acting like a baby. Now, don't you ever talk to my mom or I again.
I never heard about how you became Carl's mom. I was so looking forward to the day he started to notice me, but now you've gone and ruined everything between me and him. Well, I never knew anything about you wanting him to notice you. And how would I have known that you went to the same high school as him? You haven't even spoken to me for the past 3 years now, so it's not like I knew where you were going. Well, I started to go last year. I started just before Dad started to go out with the woman I set him up with. Actually, she was the one that recommended I go to Jefferson in the first place. So I went along with her recommendation because I thought going there would help me become a beautiful woman just like her. Jefferson High is a private high school, right? There happens to be a lot of very well-off kids going there right now, which is why I'm a bit surprised to hear that you go there as well now. But with what's happened between Carl and I have no choice but to change schools. I haven't even been able to make many friends this year, and now there will be no chance. I was even supposed to get a new car and start going there instead of by bus this spring. What? Is that so? I know that some people your age get a car if they live far away, but you're within walking distance, right? You shouldn't even need to take the bus, actually. I know that, but my new mom doesn't want me taking the bus anymore and wants me to have my own car. She told me that she doesn't really want a daughter, and since Dad brought me into the family with him, she wants to reduce any responsibility she has for me. So she'd rather me take a car to school instead of having to rely on her and the bus to do all that. This is why she wanted me going to this school in the first place, so that I could learn to manage things on my own. She's even asking that I start working a part-time job to make some spending money for myself. She seems like quite the woman herself, that daughter of a CEO. This is all going to hell, Mom. Dad's even happy to see me get a car so that they don't have to drive me around anymore. I was at least looking forward to having the freedom of having my first boyfriend, Carl, by having my own car, but that's not going to happen now either. I don't even want to go to school anymore. But whenever I tell Dad that, he tells me to grow up and get out of the house. Really? I asked him if I could just change to a public school close to the house and get away from Jefferson. But he keeps telling me it's too late now and that he's already paid for me to be there. He's so mean. I just want to drop out of school and spend more time at home with my new mom and all her money. I see. Well, I'm not going to say anything about that. You have to be responsible for your actions at your age, and this is the perfect time to learn how to be a young adult. What? Are you really going to get this upset over everything? You kicked me out of the house and had your dad divorce me, and you don't see me giving up, right? It's your turn now to have a lot of weight put on your shoulders, Amy. But I... Do you understand what it's like to have everyone in the family go against you? You must be able to see how it feels to want to go home to your dad's, but have him tell you he's not helping in any way. It's a lonely world now, a cold one. I felt that exact same way back when I was your mother. I'm sorry, Mom. I understand how you felt now and totally agree that it sucks. So maybe you and I can meet each other now? I won't even ask you for any money this time. I just want to meet my mom. And I just want you to listen to me talk about how tough my life is. I'm sorry, Amy. I can't do that. Why not? I do feel sorry for you, but it's far too late to be asking me for something like that. I already told you before that I don't want anything to do with you. You're lying, right? I'm your real daughter. And I was forced out of the house by my real daughter. On that day, my love for my real daughter was also forced out of the house, and I no longer wanted it. But Mom! So now that you understand my feelings, thank you for this message. But you don't have to tell me anything else about your life, so please stop talking to me. You have a great time now. After that, according to what I heard from Carl, Amy got that car from her stepmother and was forced to take care of herself. But she found it harder and harder to find happiness at school and was always seen walking alone with nobody to talk to. By the way, when it comes to my ex-husband, I thought things with him and his new wife would be a lot better now that they removed a lot of their responsibilities to Amy. However, that CEO's daughter really loved spending her money up. So although they were able to experience a life of luxury for a little bit, once her money ran out and her parents wouldn't give her any more, it was over. Now those two live in a house that's slowly getting worse and worse as they spend every day fighting one another. There are a lot of rumors coming out about them now, like how my ex kicked his new wife out of the house, and that Amy had to be sent to an institution for her behavior. Things like that. And over time, those kinds of rumors began to make their way into my ex's office, and his life at work became a whole lot more troublesome. Kate, I'm sorry to ask this of you, but do you think you can pick up some food on the way home? I'm really busy with work right now, so I don't really have the time to make anything for dinner tonight. Huh? And it seems your dad will be late coming home from work as well. So I'm wondering if you can pick up enough food for the three of us. I'll make sure to pay you back later for everything. What kind of work are you busy with, you freaking shut-in loser? All you're busy with right now is trying to sleep all day, you idiot. What? Now you're even asking me to provide dinner for the family? Do you really think that you can call yourself a mother by doing things like that? The fact that this is even happening to me is screwed up. Now, wait a minute, Kate. Calling me a shut-in loser like that is not okay, right? You're not saying those things about me, correct? Well, who else would I be talking about right now? You never leave the house to go work like a parent should, and instead sit around all day watching TV or something lame like that. And not just those things, but you never get around to doing the chores or cooking anymore, you pathetic woman. I'm going to go and stay the night at Grandma's house again, okay? So if you want to have food brought home for you, then go out and buy it yourself, idiot. Excuse me? And since Dad's not going to be home until later, you'll just have more time to sit around and do nothing, right? I'm not going home to someone that disgusting, so I'll stay at her place. Can you please get a hold of yourself, Kate? Calling your own mother things like a shut-in loser and an idiot are not okay. You already are well aware that I do a lot of work for my job. And that's the whole reason you're able to live a wonderful life with little to no worries in it about things like food and clothing. Are you kidding me? You can't say things like that about yourself when you rarely ever leave the dang house. And when you say you have a job, I know what you mean. You just get online and do some stupid crap and make base level pay, right? I'm sorry, but that is not a real job, Mom. What? Grandma really had it all right, saying that you're a lost cause of a woman. Having a mom like you is literally the worst. Grandma said that about me? I wonder what I'll have to eat over at her place tonight. Yesterday, she treated me to some really good sushi, and I think today we should go out for steaks. Alicia, can you please stop what you're doing? I saw that once again you started to say weird things to Kate about me. Oh, and what kind of weird things have I told her this time? I only ever tell that kid the truth and nothing else. And those things happen to include that you are jobless and do nothing for your family. I feel so bad for her having a mother like you in her life. And I explained to you before this is what my job entails, right? I work from home as a remote worker. And even still, I'm making upwards of $200,000 a year doing this kind of work. I even showed you my bank books and everything so that you could see I was telling you the truth. You think I was going to believe that made-up bank book that you brought here to show me? Nobody would believe that. Ugh. Making $200,000 a year at your own home? There's no way a woman could ever be making that kind of money, especially when she sits at home all day. Excuse me? I'm sure you just made that fake bank book in some spreadsheet somewhere online to try and fool me, right? But I'm sorry, I'm not the kind of old woman that can fall for fraud so easily. I know what's the truth and what's not. I guess so then. You're one of those old folks that only believes what they want to believe and will call everything else a hoax. Huh? I understand that you want to believe all of this to be a lie, but it's the truth, Alicia. So I'm asking that you please stop telling my daughter any more lies about me, okay? Well, if you really are making that $200,000 a year, then you'd better start giving me a monthly allowance. Oh wait, you won't, will you? Because every time I've asked so far for money, you've never even given me a penny. In other words, you don't have any money to give me, right? That means you're not making $200,000, and probably not even $100. You happen to receive enough every month to support yourself, though, right? So I believe that there is no reason to be sending you any of my money, and that's why I don't. From what I've already heard from Kate, you seem to go out to eat quite a lot, and high-priced foods at that. You'll always take her out to go eat at the most expensive restaurants in town, and then go at least once a month on vacation, right? Old people like me love to spend money. The only way we're able to carry on into old age is by spending money. But it seems you don't understand that, do you? You really are a no-good wife, aren't you? Huh? I really wonder why my son had to end up marrying a defect woman like you. Well, it's not too late for him yet, so I want you to hurry up and leave him, please.
I'm finally finished with my work for the day, Patty. I'm gonna go out to grab some food for us right now, so just hang on a little bit longer. And as for what happened between you and my mom, I'm sorry. You said she was back at it with telling more lies to Kate, right?
This time it was about how I'm not making any money at all. You remember before that I showed her things like my bank books and everything to get her to believe me, right? But she never believed any of that and thinks it was all fake.
And I've been telling her time and time again about you. Yet she never seems to have it in herself to even listen to her own son about it.
Well, your mom seems to be the kind of person that's even worse than other old folks at her age. She only wants to think of things the same as they were in the past and won't accept anything else. I get that it's hard for her to understand that a lot of people these days work from home, but thinking that she'd actually continue to get my own daughter wrapped up in that way of thinking? I thought I had finally put some distance between her and I, but now Kate is into all of it and on her side.
To say that she's on her side would mean she actually wants to agree with Mom. I think it's more that my mom is just brainwashing her, right? She's got her saying all sorts of bad things about you now and probably doesn't even know that they're all completely false.
What she was saying about me being a shut-in loser today really hurt me a lot. I've been putting all my energy into making sure we have enough money to live a very relaxed and peaceful life. Yet she'll sit there saying I'm not good enough to be a mother.
I'm so sorry, Patty. This is all my mom's fault. For the time being, let's just have Kate stay over at her house. Right now, you still have a lot of projects to focus on and shouldn't have her around bugging you the whole time. So once you have everything under control with work, then we can focus on dealing with Kate and my mom.
Are you okay with that? Doing that might actually make things worse for us, right?
I mean, at this point, things are already at their worst, so there's nowhere to go but up from here. And honestly, I just don't want them around you for a while, because I'm afraid you might get really upset. And if the main pillar in this house gets upset and collapses, then everyone in the family would be screwed, right? I'm not asking for us to run away from the problem, but rather just put some distance between us for a while.
That's a good point. Trying to fix things now wouldn't do them any good. So let's just let things settle down first, and we'll make another chance to talk with them.
That's right. I'll let my mom and Kate know about this so you can sit back and relax. When I get home, I'll give you the food that I bought, and then you can eat and get yourself a good night's sleep.
Mom? I just happened to hand in the divorce paperwork for both you and Dad. And so from now on, you can consider yourself a stranger to us all. Now hurry up and get your butt out of that house. Huh? You handed in divorce paperwork? I had a talk with Grandma about it. She asked me what the best way was of getting you out of the house since you're so useless. And after thinking of all the options we could have, there was nothing worth our time that would seem to get you to step up and be a good wife and mother. So in the end, we decided that divorce was the only option and took care of all that for you guys. Huh? No matter what someone who's unemployed says to either myself or Grandma, the only choice was getting your shut-in loser butt out of the family. You're lying about handing in your own parents' divorce papers, right? That's just some twisted joke, right? Why would I ever joke about something so good? I just went out with Grandma and we both handed the papers in together to the city office. And once you are out of that house, there will be one less person, right? So we'll have room for Grandma to move in with Dad and myself, and the three of us can live together. That frickin' Alicia. She wasn't able to get an allowance from me, so her next plan is getting into that house with Johnny? And so she's going to have me forced out of the house because she sees me as in the way, right? She's really done a good job setting this whole family on fire now. Stop going on about all of this and get the hell out of our house. We've already gotten all her things packed up for her and ready to have her moved in. We also talked with the landlord about the apartment as well and had her lease ended on it, so we're ready to come over. What? You're already finished with all of that stuff? That's why the only thing left to do is get rid of your butt. I have no need for a shut-in mom anymore. We already made sure that you'd no longer be married to Dad, all right? So get on with it and enjoy your new life being a homeless loser.
The only one that'll be homeless now are us, you idiot.
What?
Kate, you've really gone and done it now. At this point, there's really nothing else I can do to save you.
Dad? Huh? Why are you texting me using Mom's phone?
That's because your mom just threw her phone at me to deal with you. She told me she can no longer talk to you anymore. And as of right now, she's ran off to your room to start packing up all your things. So from now on, you and Grandma will have to start thinking about where you want to live next.
Huh? That That loser of a woman shouldn't be allowed in my room without my permission. And she's the one that needs to think of where to live next, right? We already planned to live in that house because she'll no longer be there. From now on, it'll be the three of us living there. Mom will be gone and it will be Grandma coming in to take her place.
I'm sorry, but you can no longer live here. This is the house that she built for all of us. And even the land is hers, so there's nothing we can do to get her to leave it. And the fact that you even tried to kick her out of her own house means that there is no need for you to be living here anymore.
What?
I really hope that she is still nice enough to let me live with her now that our marriage has been threatened. She might take this as me being just as unbearable as you and Grandma and kick me out as well. Being my age and homeless pretty much means I'm done for and should just off myself.
No, wait, Dad. What do you mean that house and land are hers? You're the one that had it built for us, right? Normally it's always the husband that does things like that for his wife, right?
Well, she's not your average wife. Patty really loves her job a lot and has made it so far in the company that she's now making over $200K a year. And the reason we've had this house is all thanks to her.
What? She's actually making that much every year?
She sure is. But it seems that both you and your grandma didn't want to believe that. Your mom is a very popular web designer after all, and that's why she's done so well. She gets in a lot of work from all kinds of companies, and that's how she makes that kind of money. And she makes all that money just by herself.
What?
And the land this house is on is quite expensive. Even if she was never around, we would have never been able to live this close to the city center. I can't believe she's this amazing of a woman, and you both never managed to see it.
Hold on. You're telling me that middle-aged loser is making $200,000 a year? But Grandma told me plenty of times that Mom has been the worst wife and is awful at everything she does. That's it. If Mom is really making that kind of money every year, then there's no problem here, right? That would mean that you're making way more than her, right? You are the man of the house after all.
You think so?
Well, Mom is able to make that kind of money without even having to leave her room, right? So you must be making at least 3 times that much being out of the house all the time for work, right? Who am I kidding? You're probably making close to $1 million every year, right, Dad? So there's no problem with this divorce and you leaving that crummy house to Mom. You can just have a brand new house built for the 3 of us.
I only work part-time right now, Kate.
Huh?
You think I'm making over $200K a year working a part-time job? It's pretty rare for me to even make around $2,000 a month, actually.
Wait a second. You're working part-time? That's a lie, right? You're always leaving the house in a nice suit and everything for work, right? You're telling me that's all for a part-time job?
Actually, during that time, I was working for a full-time company, but just last week I ended up quitting that job.
You quit your job there?
The work I was doing for them there only began to grow worse and worse for me. I was even being given less time to eat lunch recently. And the new CEO that was chosen starting this year has just been a pain in the butt for me. And so, when talking with your mom about it, she told me it'd be better if I just left that job. I didn't think I'd ever be having to talk to my daughter about something like this, though.
Then why are you only working part-time now? Normally you'd start looking for a better full-time job, right? Why are you not working for a company full-time again and instead only working part-time?
Well, that's just what Patty and I decided on for me. I'm pretty burnt out from that last job, and there's no point trying to force myself to look for another job like that right away. So for a little while, I'll take it easy and let my body and brain rest up a bit. So now you can see what's been going on for me. I'm sorry, but your mom is making more than me now. And even if I was still in that past company, she'd be making $100,000 more than me a year.
So you've always been below Mom?
Well, your mom has always been working her job. And before we got married, she was looking for a man that wouldn't care about her working and making more than himself. So, to keep her happy about something like that, I just decided to work a part-time job as a way of still bringing in a little money, while she can rest knowing that I'm still not that worried about her making the money for us.
What?
But right as we're getting used to this new life, we've been faced with a sudden and unwanted divorce. If I'm tossed out of the house now, I'll probably also lose my part-time job and become a 40-year-old with no home and no job. And not only that, but I'll have to be stuck with my brat of a daughter and my useless mother. My life will really have no meaning anymore, and I really might as well just call it quits.
That's a lie, right? I've never heard about you working part-time now and that you left your past job?
Can you and your grandma start looking for a good park for the three of us to live in? That would help out a lot. I'll be going now.
Mom, I'm so sorry. I was wrong about everything this whole time. I never thought that you were that amazing of a person, Mom, so please don't kick Dad and I out of the house. Huh? The whole reason for all of this is because you handed in our divorce papers, right? And that's why your dad and I are now strangers again. And I don't really want to live with strangers anyway. I understand that something like that happened, but Grandma and I ran back to the office and got the papers dismissed for you both. Actually, they told us there were some problems with the papers anyway, and that they never would have been processed. So we were able to get all that taken care of for you. You're both not divorced. Oh, is that right? It is. So now the three of us can go right back to being a family again. I'll even make sure to start helping around the house more often for you. I'll do whatever you ask to make sure that you can focus all your attention and time on work. It's great to hear they didn't process those divorce papers for you. But I'm sorry, Kate, I have had it up to here with you. You are no longer my daughter, nor are you even family to me now. I don't even want to see your face anymore. Don't say something like that to me. I'm your one and only cute little daughter, right? What about you makes you cute? I believe you meant to say revolting daughter. Huh? I think I'm going to have Alicia take care of you from now on for me. What? Now goodbye forever. I'll have all your things sent over to her place today for you. And after that, where you guys choose to live and how you choose to live will have nothing to do with me. Wait, Patty, this is Alicia. I'm asking you to please listen to what I have to say. If it isn't the devil herself, isn't this all great news? You're finally getting to be able to live all the time with that cute little brat, Kate. Whether it's in a park or under a bridge, having her with you will make everything all right. Don't say such dry jokes like that, please. Listen, Patty, I have really changed after what's happened here. I'm so sorry for thinking of you as some kind of shut-in, and I'm really sorry for making Kate think of you as a parasite as well. You are very well off, and that makes me very proud to have you as my daughter-in-law. So please, don't throw me away. It's because the daughter-in-law that you are so proud of now is throwing you out that you're here right now? Well, let me just tell you, I'm not throwing all three of you away, okay? Johnny, your son, is going to continue living with me right here in this house. What? You're only letting my son stay with you? What about Kate and myself? I don't care about you two. I think a park bench or a dry spot under a bridge should be enough, right? What? I really love and care about Johnny. He has always been there to support me in the job I work. He has never asked for me to leave him, ever, and so I don't see the point in kicking him out. So I'd like for you to take great care of that granddaughter you love so much. But you plan to push caring for her onto me? Push caring for her onto you? You were the one that wanted to live with her so badly, though. But please, wait. I've already canceled my lease on this apartment and everything. And as for the money that my husband left for me, it's almost all gone. Wait, is that so? Yet you guys won't let me come live with you now? And you're leaving Kate in my hands? Well, if you're in that much trouble, I guess I can give you a little bit of money every month to take care of her. But besides that, I'm not biting. Now you both go ahead and find a good place to sleep from now on, okay? What about Johnny? My son has to be opposed to this, right? Forcing his only child onto his mother like this, there's no way he's okay with this. He was the one that recommended it. Huh? He told me that he has no desire of living with a daughter that would hurt her own mother, nor a mother that would brainwash his own daughter. There's no way! I honestly never cared that you were upset with me all the time and would call me a bad wife. But because you got my daughter wrapped up in it and even tried getting your son and I divorced, I tried so hard to explain my job and everything to you, yet you never budged. And getting my own daughter to start calling me a shut-in loser? That was... So now, good luck raising my daughter with what little money you have left, and I'll make sure to put some money into your account every month for Kate. And in return for that, I'll be taking great care of your son for you. After that, Alicia and Kate moved into a small and cheap apartment together, and with the small amount of money she has left and the tiny amount I'm giving for Kate, the two of them live a very rough life. But it turns out that Alicia is now using up all the money that's supposed to go into caring for Kate. And so the two of them get into fights quite often over whatever money they have left and where it goes. My husband will go over there every so often to see how things were going, but the last time he went, Kate started to cry to him, asking for him to get me to forgive her. But Johnny knew that she hadn't learned her lesson yet, and that she was just putting on a face to try and get him to fall for it. And then he replied to her, asking that she should leave school soon and start working herself to make some money for her grandma and her. Hopefully, by recommending her that, she will learn what it's like to have to work for your own things, as well as to care for another being, that being her grandmother. I guess we're just going to have to wait and see what goes down there next.
Hey, Lily, you never told me that your little sister was such a looker. I mean, she's just stunning. Are you two even really related? Because I would just find that really hard to believe.
Sorry, Eric, what is this all about? I don't quite get what you mean by that.
Well, today when we went to go and meet your parents to tell them about our engagement, that was my first time ever meeting your sister. But I just had no idea that she was such a pretty lady. I mean, is she working as a model or something? Because she could. Do you know if she's seeing anyone right now? Does she have a boyfriend or a husband or something?
I don't know if my sister is dating anyone, but if you must know, she is a model, yes. Although she doesn't even do that full time, just every now and then from what I've heard.
But still, that's so amazing. Next time you see her, make sure to ask her whether or not she's seeing anyone. Also, if she says that she is single, would you mind giving her my number?
Hold on a second, what? Are you really asking your fiancé for another woman's number?
Almost had you there, didn't I? You didn't really think that I was serious about that, right? But does that mean that your sister Flora is going to take over your family's hotel business then? Because if she did, I think you can bet on business booming with a looker like her running things. Oh, are your parents still expecting you to take things over?
You know what, Eric? I am so sorry that even though I am going to take over the hotel, that I guess I'm not as pretty as my sister.
Oh, come on, I was just messing around. You know that I wasn't really being serious, right? Why do you always have to take things so seriously? You get mad way too easily.
I'm not mad right now, Eric. It's just that even if you were joking, you've been saying some really mean things to me. Besides, you're the one who was so interested in taking over your family's business in the first place. That's the whole reason I quit my job and started learning the ropes of how it works.
Yeah, and I'm very grateful that you've done that and stuff. You know, I really didn't think that you would quit your job and do all this because I just asked you to. I was really surprised when you did it.
Well then, maybe you should just watch the way that you talk to me then. Besides, you know that this weekend I'm going to that special training camp for hotel management. But I can already tell this isn't going to work unless we're both dedicated to the work.
Oh, don't worry. I'll give you all the help you need. You know that you can always count on me, right?
Look, if we actually take over the hotel, we're going to be doing that full time. We will literally be living in the hotel to be able to respond to anything that might come up. So this weekend has got to go really well.
Oh, come on. This is exactly why I married you. I know that you're a strong-willed driven woman, and if anyone is going to be able to run a hotel successfully, it's going to be you. But I promise to give you all the support that I can. You just have to say the word, okay?
Thank you, Eric. I appreciate that. Okay then, I guess I'll see you this weekend, right? Hey there, Lily. You didn't tell me that you were engaged to the future owner of that old hotel in town. I wish you would have told me that you were just getting married for the money. You really couldn't tell just by looking at you, but you're a sneaky one, aren't you? Flora, I'm sorry, but you really have no idea what you're talking about at all. We're going to be taking over his parents' hotel business together and be running that place. It was going to be really tough, but after I finish this workshop this weekend, I'm actually going to be taking over operations. Wait, really? You're going to be running the hotel? Man, and here I was figuring out how I could get out of having to live with mom and dad, but you've already got it all figured out. Plus, this means that you're going to be making a lot of money, right? Sorry, but what do you mean by that? Well, I mean that you said you were going to be taking over operations for a whole hotel. Not to mention that you're marrying the heir to the business, so how much are you going to be bringing home? I bet you could make something like $500 a day. I mean, hotels make a lot of money, don't they? I don't think that my pay is going to be quite that crazy. Besides, even though I'll be taking over operations, it's still just on a training basis. I'm actually going to be keeping my part-time job while I'm being trained. Oh, come on, you know that you don't have to be modest for me, right? Tell me how much money you're going to make. Is it really that big of a deal? Flora, I'm really not lying to you about anything. But you're going to be marrying the heir to that hotel, right? I wonder if you're going to have to dress up like a little bellboy during your training. But your fiancé Eric is just a little older than you, right? You know, he isn't even that bad looking. I actually think he might even be my type. In fact, I think that I might just try and steal him from you. Flora, what on earth are you talking about? Come on, you know that I'm just joking, right? I would never do something like that. After all, I would hate to steal away the man who you're just marrying for his money. That wouldn't be very nice of me. Well, even if that was a joke, I didn't find it very funny, Flora. You haven't been nice to me at all during this conversation. Hey, do you think that you could introduce me to your fiancé formally sometime? Maybe the three of us could go out and grab dinner or something. Anyways, in the meantime, good luck with all your training. Hey, Eric, what is your problem? Where are you right now? You do know that we're supposed to be getting married today, don't you? So maybe you could care to explain to me just what this note is that you left saying that you're going to run off and elope with my little sister?
Oh, Lily, I was wondering when I was going to hear from you. Yeah, I'm really sorry about all this, but I think that Flora and I are just meant to be, so that's why we're running off together. Go ahead and tell everyone at the wedding venue that the whole thing is off.
I don't believe you. What on earth do you mean that you two are meant for each other? You know, I was thinking that you'd been acting suspiciously lately. But I didn't think it was because you were plotting to run away with my sister.
Yeah, but what could I do? I mean, your sister is just such a looker, and I mean, I am a man after all. Besides, when she came to me and told me that she wanted to marry me, well, how could I refuse her? It was like a dream come true or something like that, you know?
Well, you need to wake up right now and get back to reality. Because we are literally supposed to be getting married today, and I can tell you now that no good is going to come to you from this. Besides, if you and Flora run off, then what's going to happen to your parents' hotel?
This isn't my problem anymore. In fact, as long as I've lived, I've never ever wanted to take over that musty old hotel.
Are you kidding me?
No, it's true. But as my parents' only son, I had no choice but to agree to take it over. But all the time I was looking for a way out. Besides, I was never good at any kind of business stuff or managing people. All I want to do is just relax and live my life without anything to worry about.
You are just crazy. Do you know that? I don't even know what to say to that.
Well, the thing is that I never ever had the bravery to actually run from all of this. I was so ready to have to take things over. But then when I met you, I realized that I could count on you to do most of the work, and then I wasn't as worried. Until I met your sister. She approached me and asked if I wanted to run away and marry her, and the moment she asked, I knew that I was going to be able to do this.
So then you're really just going to run away and never come back? And you're just going to completely abandon your parents' legacy with a second thought?
Yep, you summed it up pretty nicely. But you can have it if you want.
You are just incredible, do you know that? You're really going to abandon your family business just to run away with my sister?
Well, let's face it. You were always much better equipped to take care of it than I was. I'm sure that my parents would be more than happy to know that it was you taking over their business instead of me. In fact, it's thanks to you and your sister that I found the bravery to run away like this. Now that I know that you'll still be here to take over the hotel, I can finally sleep well.
I can't believe that you waited until our wedding day to tell me all of this. And now you're just going to run away like this and abandon everything for Flora?
Right, well, anyways, good luck taking care of the hotel. You can do it.
In the meantime, I'm going to enjoy living a fabulous life with my wealthy new boyfriend. Wait a second. Boyfriend? Is this Flora right now? That's right. I just asked Eric to pass me his phone so that we could talk. I guess I ended up stealing your rich fiancé from you after all, huh? But now that I'm with him, it's clear to me that he and I go far better together than you two do. For the last time, I wasn't marrying him for his money. And even if you steal him away from me like this, things are not going to go how you think they are. Besides, how is Eric going to be wealthy without his hotel? You still don't know anything, do you? Nothing has changed. Eric is still his parents' only son. So that means that he's the only one who's going to be there to get to take care of them when they get older. Besides, even if we do run away like this, his parents are still going to support us. What choice do they have? You really think you're going to get away with this? Of course. After all, you must know how easy his parents have made his life and how soft they are on him. They might not like what they're doing, but they aren't going to stop us. So now we're never ever going to have to work again, and we'll just get paid out every month. We'll be able to do whatever we want. Maybe we'll even go travel the world. You two really think that your lives are going to be that perfect from here on out? Aw, don't be jealous just because you'll be stuck working at the hotel. Just remember that all your hard work is going to be lining our pockets and funding our travels. You have got to be kidding me. You really think that this stupid plan of yours is going to work out? You think you can just leave the hotel for me to take care of and run off like this? This is the stupidest idea that you've ever had. Oh, just quit your whining already. You're just mad because I stole your husband and you lost. Lost? This isn't a game. This is real life. I don't care what you say. I know that I'm right. In fact, I'm so confident this will go well that I've already quit my job. And to think that Eric was almost going to marry an ugly girl like you. You are really just ridiculous. Do you know that? Oh, please, as if you can even be mad at me when you were going to marry him for his money like I am. You're just mad that I'm never going to have to work another day in my life while you'll be slaving away in that hotel. So I guess I'm not only the prettier sister, I'm also the smartest. Okay, fine. Let's do this. Have a nice life. What are you talking about? Is this your way of still being a sore loser? Oh, I'm not sore, and I'm certainly not a loser. But you should know that I'm set to inherit the hotel. If anything, I'm glad that dead weight like Eric is finally going to be gone. Dead weight? What are you talking about? Go ahead and tell him this for me. Tell him that his parents are going to leave the hotel to me, and that you two are never getting any money from them. What are you talking about? You really don't think that his parents are going to help him at all when he's their only son? You really don't know anything, do you?
Hey, Lily, what the heck is going on here, huh? What the heck did you go and say to my parents? Huh?
I'm sure that I have no idea what you're talking about at all right now, Eric.
I mean, that I just got a call from my parents. They told me that now that I've run away with Flora, they don't even consider me their son anymore. They told me that if I want to get money every month, that I would have to go out and find a job. And to think, after all I've done for them. They told me that they were never even going to send me a cent, even if I was desperate.
Well, that all makes sense to me, Eric. I mean, did you really think that you running away like this would wind up any other way?
Of course I didn't. They can't do this to me. I mean, I'm their only son. I'm the only one that they can count on. They aren't supposed to be treating me like this.
Well, yes, you were their only son and heir to their hotel. But now that you've run away and you have no interest in the business, what would your parents have to gain by sending you money? Besides, with me here to take care of things, there's really no need for you to be around at all.
But then, you're really serious? You're really going to inherit the hotel from my parents?
I'm sorry, but weren't you the one who ran off with my sister and told me I'd be better at doing that job anyways?
Well, yeah, sure, I said that, but I didn't think that would mean that my parents would just leave the hotel to you.
You mean to tell me that Flora still hasn't told you about any of this? I told you to tell her that I would be taking over the hotel and that your parents don't need you around anymore now that you ran off with her. I mean, did you really think they wouldn't care at all if you cheated on your fiancé and ran off with her sister?
Wait, hold on just a second. What do you mean they don't need me anymore?
Well, I mean, I actually really enjoyed my training. And I think that you were right. I really do have a knack for this management stuff. It really is just like you said.
But then, they're really just going to abandon me like this?
That's right. I think your mom took it the hardest, though. She admitted to always spoiling you when you were little. She blamed herself for your irresponsibility and said that you would have never had the disposition to take over the family business. Both your parents were so nervous about leaving the business in your hands. Until I came along, that is.
You have to be kidding me. That can't be happening.
Well, it is, and when you ran off with Flora, that really was the last straw for them. After you did that, you left both your parents in sheer shock. But then your mom turned around at the wedding venue, looked at me, and said this was their chance to set everything right. She said that since you were out of the picture now, that I was the clear choice to take over the hotel. Not to mention they wanted to apologize to me for what you, their idiot son, did.
So then, they're really just going to give you their life's work and give me nothing?
It sure seems that way, doesn't it?
But then, where am I supposed to get money from? How am I supposed to live?
Well, you and Flora could go and try getting jobs. How about that? Or did you two really not think that far with this little plot of yours? Either way, you two aren't my problem anymore, and I never want to hear from either of you again. I am going to sue the two of you for breaking off our engagement with your affair. And then you really will be left with nothing. After that, I took Eric and Flora to court for their affair, which resulted in the breaking off of our marriage. They begged Eric's parents to try and bail them out of this mess, but both of them refused to go along with it. In the end, Eric realized that he had nobody in his corner anymore. Even Flora, once she found out that Eric was penniless, said that she would leave him as soon as the lawsuit finished. They both ended up having to take out loans to afford to pay the legal fees, and then they went their separate ways. My family agreed to cut off Flora and never talk to her again, while Eric's parents did the same with him. In the meantime, I used the money I got from the lawsuit to concentrate on the hotel full-time by quitting my job. This is going to be my first winter here, but things have been going so well at the hotel that for the first time in decades, we are going to be completely booked out. Eric's parents say that it's all thanks to the hard work I've been putting into the hotel. I guess in some ways, I'm grateful to Eric for pushing me into a business that I never would have tried without him. Not that I'd ever tell him that.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.
Are you freaking kidding me, Aya? You've gone ahead and done something extremely useless now. It's because of you that my date that I was going on was a complete bust.
Why are you blaming me for that? I just happened to send something you had forgotten to your address while you were on that business trip. But lo and behold, you haven't even been on a business trip, rather you went off to have an affair. You should start by apologizing to me for that.
Huh? You're the one who should be apologizing to me.
What?
I was just going out to see that woman for a good time out. You ruined it. And right as she had come over to see me at the hotel, she found out because of what you sent me that I'm a married man and left. It's all because of you that the money I spent to get this hotel and be with her all went to waste.
So you're not going to apologize to me then? You were the one hiding me from her, all so that you could cheat on me. And you lied about going on a business trip, all to cover up the fact that you were going on a trip with her.
What's wrong with me cheating on you? All of us men are doing it now, and it's not something you should be getting upset over.
Huh?
Actually, I was doing a pretty good job hiding it all from you. All in order to keep my cheating from ever hurting you. But you went out of your way and found out about how I'd been with another woman. This is all your fault, Aya.
What the heck, Hudson? You already stabbed me in the back, and now you're saying things like that to me? Normally, one would be saying that they are sorry to me after doing something as crazy as that. That's all I've been waiting to hear from you, Hudson.
Why should a husband ever have to apologize to his wife? You should definitely be the one apologizing to me. Say you're sorry for being a wife that can't seem to read the air.
Excuse me?
I'd planned for this trip to be a way to become even closer to my girlfriend. And in order to do that, I made sure to get us the best hotel room that place could offer me. But because of you just wasted all my time and money that I put into this trip. Don't you think it's only right that you should apologize to me for that?
This is getting way too crazy now, Hudson. Are you actually being serious right now? This is your third time this year now that you've been caught cheating on me. What the hell are you trying to do here?
I'm doing whatever I want. That's what. I already have to work most of my life away doing a job that I can barely ask myself to do. So it's only fair that I'm allowed to do what I want where I want to. And it all has nothing to do with you.
What?
Just because you have a better job than me that you actually like doesn't give you the right to treat me like this. Because remember this, no matter how well you're doing in your career, having a husband that cheats on you makes you the worst of the worst when it comes to women. You're the kind of crappy woman who can barely keep her own husband around you.
Huh?
Oh, and to make yourself look even more crappy, you went and got in the way of your husband and his girlfriend. I have no choice now but to stay at this hotel by myself and wait for my vacation to be over before coming back to you. And since I'll have some time on my hands now, I might go out and find myself a cute younger woman around this area. So while I'm at it, don't you dare get in my way again, you crappy woman.
Hey, Aya. What exactly is going on here? What was I hearing from you? Did you really just tell me that my son has been cheating on you? And that is correct. Apparently he's now cheated on me 3 times this year. Or at least that's how many times I've caught him doing it. At this point, I'm pretty much done being his wife. But every time I want to tell him things are over with us, he tries too hard to get me back, saying that he will never do that to me again. That's why I was hoping that this time you could say something to him that will get him to let me go. You want me to tell him to stop cheating on you for your sake as his wife? Well, listen here, Aya. It's your fault for letting my boy cheat on you. I will not listen to you try and act as though you're the victim to all of it. What? I have been hearing a lot of things from Hudson lately about you. He's told me that you got a promotion within the company you're working for. And because of that, you've been making more than he does every month, right? Yeah, I've finally been promoted to a department manager. Due to all the work I'm having to do now and the responsibilities that I have, I'm making around $200,000 a year. Well, so you're making that kind of money now? What I'm seeing here is that even though you are Hudson's wife, you are now making more than him. I think it's right of my son to be cheating on you for being as audacious as that. Wait a second. What? Why am I being blamed for him cheating on me? All I've been doing is working my best to move up in the company for both Hudson and myself. Yet you're telling me that it's my fault that my husband is cheating on me? That's right. As a wife, your job is to walk behind your husband, not in front of him. However, right now you are walking in front of him, making more money than he is. You've really gone and hurt my son's pride now because of that. You are a failure as a wife in my family. What? You think that just because you can work well within that company that you're better than he is? There's no meaning behind a woman making the kind of money you are at the moment. It's because you have all those responsibilities now at work that you can no longer focus on your husband or bear any kids for him. You are not only a failure as a wife, but a failure as a woman in general now. There's no way. I have just been doing my best to make a great future for Hudson and I. Really, you are a huge problem for my son and I. Not only have you gone and left the nest behind in order to make more money than your husband, but you even allowed for him to start cheating on you. I feel so sorry for my poor little baby, having to have a monster like you as his wife. He had no choice but to go out and find himself another woman behind your back. So you don't feel any bit of sorrow for me? Huh? I've been putting all my time and effort into working that job in order to support my husband. But right as I've been showing my worth to him as his wife, you both are going to blame me and call me a bad wife? And you're totally fine with him cheating on me because I'm the one that's made him cheat? I should be the one you feel sorry for, not him, right? Well, if you feel that we should feel bad for you, then maybe it's time you leave my son for good. You can go ahead and divorce him, and not one of us is going to complain. What? It seems to me that my son is very attractive to the ladies if he's able to cheat on you with that many women. So if you were to divorce him right now, neither of us would bat an eye. If anything, that would make the perfect chance for my son to find a proper woman to make his wife. Are you being serious right now? I am. I really believe that we are better off without you. We have no need for a wife that's going to cry and complain all the dang time. I think it's time Hudson and I have a change in the family. Is that what you think? I understand then. I would actually like to go home to my parents now. I happen to be hated by both my mother-in-law and my husband now, so there's no point in sticking around. That's right. Go ahead and run off back to your parents. And don't you ever come back to us. I hope you'll take the time back at your parents' place to think about just how horrible of a wife you really were. Hey, Aya! What do you think you're doing staying at your parents' place for that long? I am tired of you staying quiet and hiding from us. What? Is this you, Shelley? Been a rather long time now. Before you start going on about anything, I want you to apologize to me. I had thought for sure that after 1 month you would have realized how bad of a wife you'd been and come back to your husband. But it's been a whole year now and you haven't spoken to either him or me about anything. You told us you would be there to have your baby after saying you had gotten pregnant as well, but you should have had the baby by now. How much longer before you get your butt back over here? What? You have not spoken to Hudson at all this whole year. And since you're not coming back to him anymore, you are forcing him to have to take care of himself. What kind of a wife do you think you even are? Shelley? I don't want to hear any more excuses from you. If you are really going to take that long to learn from your mistakes, then I'd rather you not come back to us at all. And that means I want you to divorce my son right now. I'll have him get married to his current girlfriend after you're gone. What? You'll have him marry her? That's right. Did you know that this whole time that you've been at your parents' house doing God knows what, my son has made himself another girlfriend to replace your love? And this time he's been going out with her with the goal of marrying her. But you already know all of this is what you get for never coming back to him and letting a whole year slip by. And so because of all that, I want you to get that divorce from Hudson right now. And let me warn you not to divorce him asking for any money either. No settlements or anything are coming out of my boy. You are going to say that the reason for the divorce was due to your incompetence as a wife. It was a good choice of Hudson to find yet another woman after you've been away from him for so long. Listen, Shelley, can you please hear me out for just 1 second? I think there's some kind of confusion here. Huh? What about anything I've said has been confusing to you? Now stop with the talk and send those divorce papers in for us at once. You divorce my son right now, you crappy woman. A real woman would never defy what her mother-in-law is asking from her, so hurry it up. I am with my mother-in-law right now, though. Huh? So you asking me to hand in some kind of divorce papers like that isn't going to do anything. I went to the courthouse a year ago, actually, to hand in the paperwork to divorce your son. What do you mean? What do you mean you got a divorce 1 year ago? That's exactly what I mean. I've been divorced from Hudson for a year now after taking the paperwork to the courthouse. So please, go ahead and have him marry that girlfriend of his if you really want that for him. I have nothing to do with any of that anymore. Huh? I never heard anything about how you and Hudson got any kind of a divorce. Hudson never said a word to me about it. So you're telling me that while over at your parents' house, you went and handed those papers in without our approval? Without your approval? You were the one asking for me to leave him since I was such a bad wife. Actually, you both made it seem as though you wanted me gone, so I did just that for the two of you. Huh? Both you and Hudson were blaming me for being this crappy woman you wanted me to believe I was. Calling me a useless wife as well. A bad wife. So that's why I finally came around to agreeing with you and getting that divorce. Then I returned back to my parents' house, and soon after that, I got remarried. And as of right now, I'm with a very loving husband and a super kind mother-in-law who both care for me very much. Even now, I'm out with my mother-in-law getting coffee and having some laughs at the local cafe. Wait. What are you talking about, Aya? I'm sure I did tell you that the best option was to get a divorce at the time. But I didn't think you'd actually go ahead and divorce Hudson. And you actually went out and handed the papers in during that time? What? So what were all those terrible things you said to me? Just some sort of a sick and twisted joke to make me feel bad or something? You are far too old to be saying stuff like that to me as a joke. But I suppose you really don't know what's right and what's wrong still. Huh? I'm going to let you in on a little life secret here. It is very easy to hurt someone with the words you say. And in my case, both you and your son said horrible things to me. Being with your son and having you as my mother-in-law was one of the worst times of my life. I tried so hard to make things work out, but every time I try something, you both would fight back, making it worse. And, well, after being cheated on a few times by Hudson at the time, you came in for the final blow. You're saying I did? Well, after coming to you for help with him, you told me straight up that getting a divorce from him would be the best for all of us. Do you have any idea how badly hearing something like that from you made me feel? But now you're going to tell me after a whole year has passed that that was some kind of a joke? How much longer are you going to treat me like I'm some kind of an idiot? What the heck? What's with you acting like you're better than me? You don't get to talk to me like that just because you divorced my son. I am actually very frustrated with you for divorcing my son without our approval, but whatever. At least now Hudson doesn't have to worry about a thing and can hand in his marriage papers to that woman right away. That's totally right. I'm very happy that I was able to hand in those documents a year ago before coming back to my parents' place. I need to go and tell Hudson the good news right away. Then he'll be able to get himself that young and cute little woman he's been going out with. And I'm sure that this time she'll be a proper wife for Hudson.
Hey, Aya. Yo, you actually went through with getting a divorce from me? You've already gotten married again back in your hometown.
And why are you talking to me about that? I understand that your mom was shocked by all that, but you had to have known we got divorced, right? I told you the moment I was on my way home to send me those divorce papers we had. And you went ahead and did so, right?
I did. I didn't think you'd actually go through with handing them to the courthouse.
Really? You do realize that the only reason I would be asking for you to send me them is in order to sign and hand them in, right?
I just assumed you were using them as a way of protecting ourselves from ever having to actually get a divorce. Well, they're more for me to have a way of getting you to stay with me, but... And so I thought you just wanted them for me as a way of reminding yourself that I'm your husband and that I was in charge.
What? I asked you to send me the divorce papers, which you did, and then ever since that day I hadn't said a word to you? And you thought for some reason we were still going to be married after what happened there?
Shut up. Normally one would say something before handing things like that in. But you never did that, so all of this is on you.
Here we go again. You're going back to blaming me for everything. Well, you can forget about me because we're no longer a thing, and you have a girlfriend now that you need to marry. I've already heard about her from your mom, but you happen to be with a woman you're actually planning on marrying now? Well, go ahead and have a wonderful life with her, please.
What about any of this is going to be wonderful? Her and I already broke up.
What? You both broke up?
A lot of things changed with us. My mom and I were planning on having me divorce you and then marry another woman. And that's why I had made sure my mom was there to introduce me to a woman like her. But just as things were looking good for me, that witch told me she has a husband.
What? So the girl you were dating ended up having a husband?
I was so serious about wanting to marry her. But she told me in the end that she was only with me to fool around. So her last words to me were that marriage would never happen between us, and that she ran. But what makes all this worse is that her husband found out about me. So right now I'm being asked by her husband to pay him a settlement that I can't refuse.
Oh my gosh. You really went ahead and got yourself into quite the predicament there then.
Having to pay that kind of money to her husband is going to be impossible for me. Since you're never around for the whole year, I've had to eat out every single day. And when the house would get so messy that I couldn't bear living in it, I had to call professional cleaners to come do all that work for me. I've been having to use up all my money every month, as well as most of my savings on all this crap. Right now, I have nothing in my bank accounts.
Really?
And that's why I need you to come back to me right now, or else I'm doomed. You happen to be making more money than me, so I'll be fine having you as my wife. I want you to come back to me and pay off this settlement. But tell me, why the hell did you get that divorce without my consent and get married to another man? Stop screwing around, you whore.
Excuse me? I think you're the one that needs to get real with me, mister. How about instead of asking me for money when you're broke, you go and ask your mom, who you always have as your buddy? I don't give a crap about you anymore.
Are you just going to throw me away then?
I sure the hell am.
You leave that man you're with right now and come back to me. You're supposed to be here helping your husband.
You are not my husband, though. And after marrying a man like my current husband, I learned something. That you are the worst man on this planet.
What?
My husband doesn't care how much effort I put into my work and doesn't ever say anything hurtful or rude to me. And in place of any of those horrible things, he will compliment and praise me for my work. He tells me all the time that he won't lose to me and will step up the effort he gives in his job as well. He's taught me that as a couple, you should never be a sore loser about the other person, but rather use them as a way to improve yourself. And since I've now learned that with him, I am never coming back to a pile of trash like you.
No way.
I am not going to listen to crap from you about how I needed to learn to read the air when all you could do was cheat on me with another woman and talk down to me like I was the idiot, when you couldn't give any effort at your job to make yourself more money than me.
What?
I'm glad to hear that the woman you loved so much has been married the whole time and that her husband is going to suck your pockets dry. It's what you deserve after being the most toxic and crooked husband a woman could possibly have. You always talked to me about how amazing of a man you were compared to me, so figure that mess out on your own since you are better than me. And with that, I don't want you to ever contact me again. Listen to me, Aya. Hudson has been awful to me. He's been using up all my Social Security to pay off the settlement he was asked for. And it appears that the husband who was asking him for the money is loads already. But now he wants my son to give him $100,000 as the settlement. What? He wants that much from Hudson then, huh? Wow. You really got Hudson involved with the wrong kind of woman there, didn't you? And to make things worse, because of that, he's going to be quitting his job now. It seems that the man whose wife he was going out with has connections to the company he's been working for. And so for the past week, his higher-ups have been trying to force him out. He's really had to go through a lot of trouble this week, it seems. He lost the woman that he loved, the money that he had left, and the job that he was making said money from. So, this is why I'm asking you very kindly, Aya. Can you please come back to my family and help us out? What? After looking into you a little bit, we saw that you got another promotion recently. Right now you're making around $500,000 a year, if I'm not mistaken. That's right. I am thankful for everything that this company has done for me and for it changing my life exponentially. And luckily, I haven't been talked down to at all for taking this promotion, as both my husband and mother-in-law understand how much my work goes towards them. So by having all that support from those two, I really feel as though I'm shooting through the ranks of this company. And both myself and Hudson understand the importance of your job as well. So please, get rid of the husband you're married to now and come back to us. Really? A year ago you were telling me I was in the wrong for making more than my husband, right? How the hell do you understand the importance of my job when you say things like that to me? That was a joke then. Right now, both Hudson and myself really respect you and your work. And thinking about things now, it's important for both the wife and husband to be making lots of money, right? Thinking about how the times have changed, you are really a fantastic woman and wife. So, from what I can tell, you're lying through your teeth right now about me. All to just try and get me to come back and help you two. I think that if you came back to us, you'd be the most important woman ever to us. And from now on, I will not be allowing my son to cheat on you any. I will be your friend until the end of time, all right? So please come home to us. I'm telling you right now that you'll never miss your current husband or his mom after this. I happen to know tons of great cafes in town where we can get coffee and chat. You are starting to disgust me now. So could you stop it with all that jabber? What? Also, it's not that fun for me to have to go out and drink coffee with someone that I despise a ton. So no thank you. I'm tired of being disgusted by you, so can we be done here? What? No, you hold it right there. What the heck? What do you think you're doing, calling me disgusting? Well, I'm just telling you the truth. You told me at first to divorce your son, and a year later you're back acting like that was all some kind of joke? And the moment things started to get bad for you and your son, you've come crying back to me, asking for my help, saying that you never meant anything back then? It's disgusting that you're behaving that way. That's the only way I can describe it. You're like some kind of housefly spreading all the crap on your legs all over my things. Excuse me? You did say that your cheating son happens to be really good looking. So I'm sure he'll find himself yet another woman to love in no time that you both can abuse. Let's just hope she's stupid and rich so that she'll fall into your guys' trap. Now I'm getting off my phone. I literally have nothing to do with you both anymore, so stop trying to get me back after you forced me away. After that, Hudson ended up leaving the house he was in to go back to living with his mom at her house. But before long, rumors began to spread around town about the mother and son duo that are so stupid they never knew that after a whole year, his wife had divorced him. And about how embarrassing Hudson is for running all the way back to his mother, crying for money to pay off the settlements. With rumors like that all spreading around about those two, it's a surprise to me that either one of them is still able to live in that town. Because of all those rumors, Hudson found it really hard to get with any other women, and resorted to going to speed dating parties. But after going to a few of them, they started to ban him for being too insane after asking so many girls to marry him and take him away from his mother.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.